Okay, hey guys. I have recently discovered a way to send out beauty packs of samples for our virtual beauty sessions using the My Customers app and sending samples that way. So this is a little video of showing you how I do that. So right now you should be able to see my screen, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the My Customers app. And so we're going to open that up and go ahead and log in. So the first thing I did to make this a reality was I created a fake customer. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on my customers, and I'm going to use the search, and we're going to find that customer. I named that customer Virtual Beauty Session, middle name Virtual Beauty Session, last name Virtual VBS. So VBS is their first name, last name, and that's just so it's easy for me to find. And so I have a friend of mine who's going to do a virtual beauty session with me. Her name is Jenny. And so I'm going to go ahead and send her a beauty pack of samples. Now, the very first time I did this, building the order with the correct samples was somewhat tricky. So I'm going to show you how I did that first. So first I went to orders, and then, well, actually, I just clicked the plus sign, and then I chose an order, and I chose CDS order. Okay, and then I basically typed in the correct part numbers and the correct items for each of these, for each of the samples that I needed, and I found them that way. And so now that I've done this several times, if I click orders, I have several orders here where you can see that I have samples, because it says $0 is the total order, and where I've basically mailed samples out to people. Okay, so right now I am going to send some samples to my friend Jenny. So Jenny has normal dry skin, and I am going to send her a light to medium. And so I know that the very first one that I created on October 1st was for a normal dry skinned person. So if I click on that one and I scroll down, I can see that I have, there it is, the Time Wise Miracle set is normal dry. If I go back, the second order that I did had a combination to oily. There you can see it's combination to oily. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the back button. I'm going to go down and select that very first one that I did as my template for the first person that I ever sent it to. Now, before I can send this off though, I just realized I'm skipping a step. Okay, so now you've got a little bit of a background of how I set this up. I've sent out a few. And so here's step one in sending this out. Is the very first thing is you have to change the customer details. So click the customer, click the edit tab, and then you're going to change, we're going to first change her name. So we're going to change it to Jenny, and then last name, her last name is Oettinger. Oops, with an N. Okay, then I'm going to type in her address, and her address is 1320 4th Avenue North. Okay, and then the city she lives in is Onalaska. And that is in Wisconsin, and 54650. 54650. Whoops. 54650. Okay, so now I have the correct address in here. name and address. So I'm going to go ahead and click done, and then done. So we have the correct address saved. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and click the back button, and I'm going to go back to those orders. And I'm going to select that normal dry one that I have already built. And here's the beautiful thing about this is that, again, first of all, I'm going to check that it is the one that I want. And yes, it says normal dry right there. And so you can click this little reorder button. So I'm going to click the reorder button. When I click the reorder button, now it creates a new order with the same samples that I did before. This is going to save you a ton of time so that you're not having to type in those samples over and over and over again. So I have normal dry on here, but I need to change her CC cream because, so I'm going to remove the very light one, and I'm going to add, so I'm going to go down to Browse Catalog. I'm going to add CC Cream Sample, and I want the light to medium. So I can see here that there are 2 samples listed here that say light to medium. Now it's the last one that I want. The reason why I want the last one is because it says CDS paid, not CDS free. So CDS paid is the one I'm going to select, and we're going to add that on. Okay, now this is an opportunity. I'm going to scroll to the top of this, and I want you to pause the video, and I want you to write down these part numbers so that you have them for future reference. So our brown eye look color card is 147190. The charcoal mask is 160293. The look is 186907. When we get to a new catalog, that's going to be a different part number, so you'll need to pay attention to that. Okay, the normal dry samples is 199255, and then the Ultimate Mascara is 030614. Okay, then we've got primer is 055758, and then the CC cream is 177846. Now, even though we are not including any retail product in here, we still get 2 free samples. So the ones that are free are the, I believe it's the Ultimate Mascara and the primer, because all the other ones say paid. Okay, it needs a valid address, so we're going to go ahead and add the address that I just selected. Let me just double check on my information. Yep, 4th Avenue North. Okay, and now I have the correct address, I have the correct name, I have all the correct samples in there. I've scrolled up and down several times and I've checked that. So now I can click Start Checkout. Okay, it's going to verify the address. So yep, we want to use the post office verified address. Okay, now I'm going to, I will pay for the shipping, and we're going to do regular USPS. And it's going to take a minute. Now, the total on this is going to be $7 and some cents, which is about $1 or $2 more expensive than if I were to order the bubble envelope, order the samples, put them all in a bubble envelope, and actually pay on pirate ship and send them off. However, you're going to see that by the end of this recording, the whole thing is done in about 5 minutes, the time that it took me to do this, and that's with me explaining to you. So for me, that is absolutely worth the $1 or $2 extra that I'm spending to send this sample pack. So I am going to go ahead and use my ProPay balance, and I'm going to charge my ProPay, and we are done. It has been sent. So beautiful. Isn't that amazing? So I'm so excited about this. So this is great if you run out of samples. This is great if you just want to save time and do it all electronically instead of pack them. I still am going to stock and keep sample packs at my house because, you know, when I book somebody locally, I want to be able to just hand them a sample pack. So, you know, the fact that we can use CDS to things that send things is it's not ever a reason to not stock things. It just gives us one more option. Okay, so let me go ahead and go back. Now I just renamed it, so I have to search her by the new name instead of VBS. So right now it's Jenny Oettinger. Oh, whoops, I didn't get all the way back out. Let me go back to, okay, so customer profile here. So now I'm going to go ahead and rename this VBS again so that I can easily find it next time I want to do this. Done. And I'm not going to worry about the addresses right now. I'll just leave that there. And if I click in my orders, I know I'm clicking very quickly, but if I click in my orders, you can see there it is. Orders that I've sent out via CDS. So I hope that is hugely helpful to you. Saves you some time, saves you some money, and just gives you another option. So try it and let me know how it goes. Now there's a couple things that you are going to need to keep in mind. So of the things that we normally send in a virtual beauty session, okay, they are going to get everything in here as far as samples, but they're not going to get the little washcloth. So you're going to need to tell them to use a washcloth. They're not going to get a cotton pad. So you're going to need to tell them to either grab a cotton pad, and also they're not going to get a sponge tip applicator. So you're going to need to tell them to have a Q-tip. They could use a Q-tip for that. Or, you know, any other like makeup brushes, like, hey, if you have whatever makeup brushes you have, grab those plus a Q-tip and a cotton pad. So if you just kind of tell her to have any makeup brushes she has plus a Q-tip and a cotton pad, then there you go. She'll be ready and she can make do with those. Okay, she gets all of her samples. She's going to get a lookbook. Okay, what is she not going to get? She's also not going to get our closing sheets, our recruiting sheet, the 10 warning signs, or the hostess program. So you're going to need to text those images to her before her beauty session and do a little bit of extra coaching to tell her to have, like if she can possibly use a tablet or a computer instead of her phone, so that then she can look at her phone and the images that you're sending her on, you know, during the virtual beauty session. The other thing that you're going to need to do is to make sure that you know how to share your screen. And so you're going to want to create an album of the images, of those images, so that you can easily share your screen, and that will help you make your beauty session go smoothly. So there you go. It's a workaround. It's not perfect, but I know for some of you who are really savvy, you've been doing this a long time, hopefully this is helpful. Okay? All right. Enjoy. Let me know how it works.